There's no drill here. The implications of recently released medical records that were posted online are extremely unsettling. Chrisean Rock's own child tested positive for many foreign substances during a regular checkup, according to paperwork, purportedly taken from a pediatric clinic in Baltimore. The worst part is that many are now saying this wasn't an accident. It was intentional. Yes, you heard correctly. According to insiders, there is evidence that Chrisean may have drugged her own child either out of carelessness or exposure or to help him relax when she was in public. The internet is going crazy. How in the world did this occur? How come CPS didn't get involved sooner? Again, Blueface filling in for her? Abnormalities found in screenshots of the medical chart are currently being investigated by state officials and legal teams. Furthermore, if what has been stated is accurate, Chrisean's profession could be terminated and her freedom status completely altered. CPS is allegedly knocking now. Even Christian's closest allies are becoming silent, and fans are appalled. The most surprising part, though, is when I hear a voice and ask, aren't you? She says, Nika ain't no I'm, and I respond, the baby's in the stomach. The clinic nurse left me a voicemail, and what she says could permanently ruin Christian. From courtrooms to internet fights, and now a medical bombshell, Chrisean Contreve has always existed in Rock. However, the one person everyone believed she would protect is involved this time. It's her own baby, no matter what. In 2023, Chrissy and Rock, a turbulent star to a Motiao twin, welcomed their son. There were conflicting opinions on the internet. Many questioned how the erratic reality star, who was well known for her altercations, clashes, and poisonous relationship with Blueface, would cope with motherhood. And it appeared precarious from the start. Who could forget the commotion in the delivery room? Shortly after giving delivery, footage of Chrissy live streaming appeared online.
And counseling that she needed during her pregnancy so that she wouldn't have to regret it for the rest.
Asking fans whether she looked cute while pushing out medications and making jokes about them. It was referred to as unhinged. She was simply real, according to others. However, physicians say we're in a laughing hole. A wellness concern was purportedly raised by an anonymous hospital employee. On that day, report to Child Protective Services. She hardly paid attention to the infant. According to the source, it was all about the camera, the attention, and the power. The warning signs began to accumulate. Fans started to notice Christian's increasingly concerning behavior over the course of the following few months. Only a week after the delivery, she was spotted out clubbing. Without the necessary support or safety, she brought the baby to several high-volume events. He better get used to this life. She captioned an Instagram story she shared of the baby sobbing in a car seat while music blared. The reaction was immediate. You are parenting trauma, not a baby. That boy has no chance at all. Blueface is where? Chrisean, however, clapped back as usual. You're upset because I don't want to be a dull mother. My son will be a bright young man. Otis is spoken by family and friends. The sound intensified. The list of those criticizing her did the same. In early 2024, her sister Tessie shared a TikTok with the caption, some of y'all aren't going to like me for this, but that baby needs stability, not a spotlight. Blueface's mother, Carissa Saffold, then went live on Instagram to say, my grandson deserves better, period. A Chrisean. She dismissed all of this as jealousy and clout chasing. No one is taking my baby, is there? We came over here. In 2024, odd clinic visits increased QST. Chrisean was repeatedly observed at private clinics in Baltimore and Los Angeles. Fans initially believed she was just exercising caution, but in one case, she was seen sobbing as she left the building while holding the infant close, and security was obstructing the photographers. Rumors circulated among bloggers that a nurse had contacted CPS once more. There was no confirmation. Then came the most terrifying event to date. A video of Chrisean handing her infant to a stranger in a packed studio went viral in March 2025. She later excused herself by claiming he was okay as she was enveloped in smoke close by. He had a vibe. Don't pretend that you have never had to multitask or been broke. April 2025, the first CPS report. According to a TMZ source, Child Protective Services has formally launched a case regarding Chrisean. Although there were few specifics, an insider said that it featured fluctuating living circumstances and emotional mistreatment. In a live video, she ridiculed the accusations and rejected everything. "Come take me, CPS girl, if you're brave. I'm the only one touching my son." However, things are beginning to fall apart behind the scenes. According to people close to her, Camp, the label, was pulling away. Several brands canceled deals overnight and her booking rate was in the dumps. She didn't give up though. "I can't be canceled, you guys. The show is me." This weekend is when the medical records move ahead. Everything blows up. A redacted pediatric report purporting to be from a routine follow-up visit at a Baltimore children's clinic was uploaded to a Discord server by an anonymous source. Alleged discoveries include indicators of long-term exposure to illegal narcotics, abnormal sedative agent levels in the baby's system, and an attending nurse's note. The infant, according to the mother, was fine and accustomed to loudness. Refused to be observed anymore. Left without warning after signing a waiver. The screenshots went viral in a matter of hours. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Calon. Unverified but devastating rumors accompanied them. In order to keep her kid quiet in public, did Chrisean give him drugs? Is she controlling his behavior with medication? Was this a retaliatory leak from someone on her team? Fans are now conflicted. There are lawyers all around. And for the first time since the birth of this child, Chrisean has stopped talking altogether. The internet believed they had seen everything. When Chrisean Rock pulled her infant along on tour buses and to clubs. However, no one was ready for what the medical records showed, which was far worse. Hours after the report was released, a voice note from the clinic nurse was leaked and what she stated completely shocked everyone. Elon's report was leaked via Discord, and at least 2 independent gossip blogs with purported medical connections confirmed it. The patient ID, redacted age, urgency, pediatric checkup symptoms, lethargy, delayed response, abnormal breathing pattern, toxicology note, diazepam traces, and unknown benzodiazepine found were all included in the report. Unknown source, professionals, saw this as a clear indication of drug exposure, but the inexperienced eye would interpret it as medical jargon. An infant who's just a year-old tests positive for sedatives, which are frequently found in sleep aids and anti-anxiety medications. It's more than just concerning, that is almost criminal. Miles, if the leaked nurse's hidden voice, the document wasn't sufficiently damning. An anonymous voice memo purportedly from a nurse who had cared for the infant during the visit was sent to the inbox of then onboard talks. And as well as the memo. He wasn't attentive, according to the nurse. He had glassy eyes. He didn't react to stimuli like a child of his age ought to. Then the kicker arrived. The mother became defensive when we attempted to ask her about any drugs or supplements, I quote her. "He's just sleepy. He always liked this." The nurse's voice faltered when I gave him the syrup. She spoke of the syrup as though it were commonplace and usual. What was she talking about, that syrup? What was discovered in her purse right away, admirers and experts? The next turn of events prompted the clinic to contact the police. An insider at the pediatric institution claims that Chrisean's purse overturned as she turned around to change her son's diaper. According to reports, a nurse observed 2 pre-rolled blunts wrapped in a baby sock, a smashed pill bottle, and loose white powder inside a plastic bag. When the nurse saw what was occurring, she quickly informed security. Chrisean snatched up her kid and bag and ran out the door before the police could arrive. Employees were in disbelief. With a pocketbook in one hand and a baby in the other, surveillance saw her running down the back alley. CPS responded and the police on the same day. The opening of a fresh urgent inquiry was verified by Child Protective Services. Additionally, Baltimore police acknowledged that officers had been sent to the clinic to conduct staff interviews and examine security footage. But there was no sign of her, Chrisean. Fans were even more skeptical because there were no live streams, tweets, or Instagram tirades, just stillness. Social within hours, the hashtag #ProtectThatBaby went viral. Comments were flooding in. Before it's too late, someone must intervene. That baby is entitled to a life free from the chaos and cameras. The family is where? Blueface, where are you? The child is where? TikTokers began stitching old films of Chrisean buying erratic while holding the baby, jumping on tables, shouting in studios, and dropping him mid-live stream. Every clip was now seen through a completely different horror lens. As expected, Blueface's mom drags her pub lies. Carissa scoffed. Blueface's mom had something to say. You all laughed when she shared a video with the message, "I've been told, y'all, what comes next?" That boy's my grandson. I don't care what Blueface said about me. The woman sobs in the video. She even volunteered to take care of the child personally, saying, "That baby needs to be taken from her today." Blueface doesn't say anything. Carissa spoke and EI oddly spoke. Blueface himself said nothing at all. It's usually impossible for this man to go 5 hours without writing a tirade or trolling a blog. Not a word now. There are rumors that his lawyers suggested he sever his connections in public to prevent legal repercussions. With all of this commotion accumulating, fans are calling for Ian Trovo, and celebrities are pleading with authorities to step in. Reality actress Elisa Keisha tweeted, "I don't play when it comes to babies. That child is a victim. If what I'm reading is true, she needs to be in a jumpsuit." Even Amber Rose posted, "I've been rooting for Chrisean to turn things around, but this is not the baby." Now we have a toxicology report that has been released. A baby caught in the middle of a PR nightmare, Chrisean still missing the tearful voicemail left by the reporter nurse, the alleged discovery of drugs in her purse, a full-blown CPS investigation, and the silence surrounding Chrisean Rock's disappearance weren't just upsetting. It was planned behind the scenes, and someone eventually cracked leaked audio from Chrisean that was anonymously loaded to a YouTube channel called The Wire Room. Chrisean Monager breaks down, saying she's out of control and the baby isn't safe. In a 12-minute audio tape titled Exclusive, the voice in the video was that of Tasha, Chrisean's longtime co-worker and her part-time road manager. She was heard sobbing as she said, "I didn't sign up for this. I thought she was just wild, not dangerous. I can't keep quiet after what I saw at that last show. I purposely gave him a drop." Pulling a sippy cup out of her suitcase, Tasha described, "An event that happened earlier that month. We were backstage in DC. The baby was screaming, wouldn't stop crying. Still knock him out," she continued. She replied, "Just a little syrup," when I inquired what was in it. According to leaked texts released by Media Rewind, the call that changed the EVRY challenge occurred when Tasha called Chrisean, a woman named Alina, for advice on what to do. She secretly recorded the call and forwarded it directly to the authorities, and I thought she was joking. But after 10 minutes, you went limp. Fans were horrified. Maple syrup and widely believed to mean lean promethazine codeine mixed with juice, a literal drug cocktail for an infant. We have been exploring that path with canners with MCAS and partially Taskwise, so we see with _ we leave in. We leave with thought. I care about the cast. We see if they are sick of lies. We see if they cause it. Kai, we would see the weed with the key. A journalist from the Baltimore Dispatch obtained the recording and partially transcribed it. Tasha, she's losing it. Lena, I saw her high as hell changing that baby with one hand while holding a cup in the tainted We Danced with Alina. Are you telling me she gave him something? Tasha, I think she did. I saw the bottle. It smelled like medication. He couldn't even keep his eyes open. I'm calling the police, Alina. I don't care what happens to her career. That baby will die if we don't. Within 48 hours, police raided her Baltimore home. When neighbors saw 3 unmarked cars, officers carrying evidence, bags, and a social worker entering the house wearing gloves, the police conducted a wellness check on Chrisean's home. Although Chrisean wasn't there, what they discovered inside her home made national headlines. The midnight winter was a war zone, according to fans. One group said, "You guys applauded her when she was fighting people live. You want to look surprised." Now, signs were present. You all laughed when she literally dropped the baby live on Instagram. This is not a postpartum state. It's poison. The other viewpoint maintained that the girl needs assistance, not shackles. Despite the fact that she has been crying for help, you want her imprisoned. Addiction and suffering don't make someone bad. Creators on TikTok put together earlier videos of Chrisean holding the kid during a drunken studio session, allowing others to hold him at a hand, greeting and whispering that he was cranky since he hadn't had the drip today. The live footage was then remade with fresh, frightening celebrity reactions on Instagram. The drama even got to hip-hop royalty in Hollywood. Summer Walker wrote in a post that has since been removed, "This is no longer funny. That baby isn't worthy of any of this." I hope she gives up soon. But Thuya didn't hold back. Put her in jail. I was in prison for less. That baby Brew was drugged by her. RN Amber Rose, who had previously backed Chrisean, said, I had her back, but not like this. This isn't what mothers do. Young Miami tweeted, sometimes being real online costs you your real life. I'm praying for the baby. That's all I care about. The industry began to cut Tyzer's label, which had already taken hits from her erratic behavior and reportedly suspended her upcoming single indefinitely. All press plans are paused. Pull her from every collab rollout. According to a leaked email from an Atlantic Records executive, we can't associate the brand with a potential felony child abuse case. In the meantime, Zoo's network, which had made a fortune off her reality antics, released an ambiguous statement. According to sources, a whole Chrisean and Blueface reunion episode from Season 3 was put on indefinite hold. We are reviewing current footage and re-evaluating all planned content with Ms. Malone. The comment that made everyone laugh out loud. However, just as things are beginning to slow down, a random TikTok post featuring a video of the raid was rekindled by a single anonymous comment. The comment said, he's safe. He sleeps well, y'all. Dramatic AF. The account had no followers or a profile pic, but investigators soon identified a Chrisean TikTok email was connected to the burner account. The comment was removed in a matter of minutes, but not before supporters took screenshots and shared it on all platforms. One image went viral with the remark, she's watching us talk about her in real time. Investigators are now attempting to determine whether or not it was indeed her. Silence is broken by Blueface, with effort. I don't know what's true anymore. All I know is that's my son. If you see him, call me. That's all I want, Blueface wrote on Twitter following days of silence, omitting any reference to Chrisean. Don't apologize. Just a mysterious call. This all began with you, one user said. Don't act foolish now, the public is watching. Fan-made posters read, Protect Lilas, get him out of the streets. He didn't ask for this. Even parenting blogs and therapists began to weigh in on the situation, saying people are now laser-focused on the one person caught in the middle. That baby Dot is nicknamed Lilas by fans. He's now the most talked about child on the internet. This is an example of generational trauma in action. Instead of a mother, this child is being raised by a brand. Where are we today, then? Chrisean is being pursued by CPS. She has been cut off by the industry. The public is split, angry and afraid, and celebrities are begging her to give up. Fans were beginning to question whether Chrisean Rock had truly disappeared when an enigmatic voicemail appeared in the inbox of BloggerYard, a well-known IGT page. The video was 37, the anonymous voice's words, which were sent from an encrypted number and were only a few seconds long, completely opened the probe. In Philadelphia, she is hiding in a safe house. First, there was static in the voicemail, followed by a woman's voice in disguise. You all had best travel to West Philadelphia if you truly care about that baby. She and the child live in a brown corner duplex apartment. She said, she isn't alone either. I used to run with her, but I won't reveal my name. She began sneaking medications into his milk, so I left. On bad days, she added, it kept him cool. It was too much for me to handle. Do whatever you want with this information. Then it makes a cut. According to law enforcement logs that were leaked, police raced to PHLY. Within minutes of daybreak, Philadelphia police received an alarm. According to reports, federal investigators were working with Baltimore police to locate the address in the video. And you know what? The owner of that actual brown duplex was a former member of Chrisean's previous glam squad. 3 nights ago, surveillance captured 2 shadowy people entering the building, one of whom was carrying a wrapped baby carrier. Federal agent NTS is revealed by a new warrant. A fresh jolt came just as the internet was starting to catch its breath. A federal warrant had been surreptitiously filed by the Department of Justice. Why? Because it's no longer just endangerment of children. Prescription drug trafficking across state lines is now suspected. A juvenile was repeatedly transported across state lines while under the influence of prohibited narcotics, according to the leaked warrant. Possible manipulation of toxicology evidence to evade law enforcement. This surpasses CPS in size. Who's assisting her? The novel theory. theory. Chrisean is not behaving in isolation. Investigators think she is being shielded by a former teammate, who is allegedly a street promoter and stylist with connections to Philadelphia's underground rap scene. The internet is trying to guess the identity of a well-known producer who may have fronted the safe house rental. Lists are being created by blogs. Was that the same guy that was spotted with her backstage last month? Why was she unfollowed by the redacted rapper? The report was released on the same day. Despite everything, there is one awful unknown: the baby's status. Ivanka node. Right now, where is the baby? Even Chrisean family has not provided a picture, confirmation, or welfare verification. I don't know where she is. I don't know where. He is, but if she's scared, she needs to come out. Nuts. Gone too far? Her father allegedly told reporters. You win, you lose, but that baby needs to return home. Cliffhanger, the next video. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get much worse, a YouTube premiere link went live with the title, "The Truth Chrisean Speaks." Blueface even sent another ambiguous tweet. Tonight, 9 p.m. the thumbnail, a blurred baby, a prescription bottle, and Chrisean face crying. Nobody knows if it's real. Nobody knows who uploaded it, but 120,000 people notified me within an hour. So where do we stand? Chrisean is allegedly in Philly on the run, baby status unknown. Police are closing in, the public is on fire, and the DOJ is involved. The next video could change everything. Even this isn't just a scandal anymore. It's a full-blown nightmare unraveling in real time, and the entire world is watching, from drug-laced bottles to emergency warrants, from secret safe houses to federal investigations. We need to hear from you. Should Chrisean be arrested or sent to rehab? Is Blueface partially responsible for all this chaos? Who do you think leaked? The report and the voicemail? And most importantly, is that baby even safe anymore? Whether you think Chrisean is a broken woman crying for help or a dangerous mother avoiding justice, the facts are unavoidable. A child tested positive for drugs, and pills and blunts were found in her purse. A full video called Chrisean Speaks is set to premiere. Will she confess? Will she disappear forever? Or will someone else drop a final receipt that exposes everyone involved? We'll be back as soon as the next piece drops, but in the meantime, stay safe, stay woke, and always protect the babies. Always. Where is that baby right now? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. If you're praying for that child, like this video, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.